One day, Jamal Roberts was a schoolteacher in a small Mississippi town. The next, he stood under the brightest lights in America, with fireworks exploding above his head and millions watching as his name echoed across the stage. He hadn't just won American Idol, he had won the hearts of the country. But in that final moment, standing side by side with another talented finalist, he wasn't thinking about victory. He was thinking about the journey, about how far he'd come, about the days when his voice was heard only in church halls and classrooms. That moment, when Ryan Seacrest read his name, was more than a win. It was validation. Not just that he was good enough, but that staying true to himself had been enough. And then everything changed. He went home, hoping to slip back into his old life. Back to the classroom where he once taught kids who now saw him as something more than a teacher. But reality hit fast. Crowds showed up. Cameras followed. Privacy disappeared. He realized he couldn't be both the neighborhood teacher and a national icon. So, he made a decision that broke his heart. He stepped away from the job he loved. But not for long. Jamal still returns, not as an employee, but as a volunteer, proof that while fame may change a man's world, it doesn't have to change his heart. That same heart is stitched into every word of his first post-Idol single. It's called Mississippi, and it might be the most personal thing he's ever created. The story behind the song is like something out of a movie. On a flight from Los Angeles to Nashville, two songwriters recognized Jamal, sat just one row away, and struck up a conversation. What started as small talk became something bigger, a collaboration that led to a song that some are calling Mississippi's unofficial new anthem. Together with producers and co-writers, Jamal helped shape the song into something more than just a track. Mississippi became a memory, a message, a love letter to the place he never stopped missing. Every lyric carries a piece of him, not just the man who won Idol, but the father who spent nights away from his daughters, the artist who found peace in gospel music, and the boy who grew up in Meridian with dreams too big for one town, but roots too deep to ever leave it behind. When he played the finished version for people in his hometown, it struck a nerve. Friends called it beautiful and heartbreaking, because that's what great music does. It reaches deep and pulls at something real. Mississippi isn't just about a state. It's about the places we hold on to, the people we miss, the quiet we crave in a world that won't slow down. And the world hasn't slowed down for Jamal. Since winning Idol, he's been everywhere, performing his coronation song "Heal" on national stages, traveling non-stop, and sharing the spotlight with music legends. At the BET Awards, he stood on stage with Kirk Franklin, Tamar Braxton, Muni Long. But he didn't just blend in, he belonged. Their embrace wasn't just symbolic, it was a passing of the torch. Now, he's headed on tour with some of the most iconic voices in R&B: Monica, Brandy, Kelly Rowland, Muni Long, all under one roof. But even as doors fly open and stages get bigger, Jamal's eyes are on something greater: impact. And that's where his next move surprised everyone. No album. At least not yet. While fans are begging for a full record, Jamal is holding back, not because he's unprepared, but because he knows the power of anticipation. One single at a time, each more personal than the last. That's the strategy. Build connection, not just content. Let the audience feel like they're walking beside him. And behind the scenes, more opportunities are quietly unfolding. A month ago, he was approached about portraying the legendary Otis Redding in a biopic. A chance not only to act, but to step into the shoes of another Southern storyteller whose voice shaped generations. It's early days, nothing confirmed yet, but the idea alone speaks volumes about how far Jamal has come. Yet despite the national fame, the Hollywood offers, and the tour buses waiting, one thing hasn't changed. He's not leaving Mississippi. People have tried to convince him. Bigger cities, flashier lights. But Jamal doesn't need them. Home is more than a location, it's a rhythm in his soul. It's where his daughters laugh, where his memories live, where peace still whispers. Mississippi isn't holding him back. It's what keeps him grounded.